Hello everybody, welcome back to the True Start Location Carthage series. This is part 6. Welcome back, guys. Got a great episode for you guys today, actually. We are going to go ahead and finish building some cultural buildings and then work on a navy in which to take on Rome. Maybe not this episode, but the next episode we should have everybody assembled in our naval forces and we can march on Rome directly. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and continue right where we left off. So right now we are one turn away from education, which is fantastic. Pretty soon we will be able to make, one second, I need to end another unit over here. Perfect. And we have just discovered the Black Sea, where Attila the Hun, his headquarters are located. Of course, he has taken over Russia in one of the last episodes, which is pretty bad news for Catherine the Great. So let's go ahead and move back our men to our territory in preparation for war. Again, in our last episode, we have expanded the Carthaginian Empire by one city over here in Sigantium, modern-day Libya. And I've gone ahead and taken upon myself to build an aqueduct, granary, and monument, which are actually all bought using our immense amount of wealth, which is now a bit limited. So let's go ahead and end our turn. And we can pretty much ignore that. That's not a big deal. I'm a bit curious as to why Morocco is still a three kind of city civilization. I'd imagine that they would spread a bit more. And I know a lot of you guys want me to fly it around the map a little bit more in my Let's Plays, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. As you can see, Scandinavia is an absolute mess with Denmark, the north of Sweden, and Germany over in modern-day Denmark, the peninsula. And Poland's got a lot of Baltic provinces, as does the Netherlands, which is a bit interesting. We don't really see a lot of action going on with Austria, but once I get a foothold into the Italian peninsula, we will be sending some explorers that way. So, again, we need to go ahead and take our men back, slowly but surely. Just exploring to see what's out here. And our road between Carthage, the capital, and Hyperiorgius is finally completed, which is fantastic. Our other workers are going to continue to extend it to the new city of Saguntum. This way, I can move my military units a little bit faster between the Empire's border. So let's go ahead and increase the production capacity of boutique. And for our next technology, we will take compass, as we need to make some galleasses, which is a good idea. So, again, we are going to be destroying the barbarian units that seek to take out our trade nodes. And our capital is actually almost caught up to Rome, which is a fantastic turn of events. Saltium is going pretty well. We are working on our third salt resource. Pretty soon we might be able to get the fourth salt resource, or the fifth, I think, is actually what it is. We're going to wait of course, until our borders are expanded quite a bit before we even worry about that. So, again, ending our turn. We need to work on cultural buildings, though, because these will give us what we need. We're going to need open borders to get back through their border, or to get back through Spain's coastal borders. So let's actually give them 2 gold per turn. Excuse me, but I have a bit of a cold today. No? Okay. Shit. About 3. Man, that almost feels like highway robbery, doesn't it? That's quite the troll toll. If we declared war on them, though, it would invalidate the deal, but, you know, we don't really need to do that just yet. So, most of these ships that we are upgrading, I'm going with the naval bonuses, as that is a bit better. I believe this is going to Carthage the last time. Should we send it back to Carthage, though? Let's go ahead and take a look at Carthage real quick. Production of 26. We could boost the production of Carthage and potentially work on... nothing special. Let's go ahead and continue feeding Carthage. And then pretty soon we'll switch off of feeding and instead opt for trade. So our road over here, southeast of Hyperiorgius, is finally completed. What should we make, though, on this little province over here? Maybe we should go with a trading post to increase our gold output just a little bit. And there is still a barbarian encampment to the south of Cumae. It's a bit awkward for Rome and bad for my trade nodes as well. So we might actually want to opt to get rid of that ourselves, because why not, really? Let's go ahead and send out a swordsman That will arrive there in 2 turns. Besides that, we are spreading out our units so they can defend anything that is thrown at us. And ending our turn once again. So as soon as Carthage is done with its amphitheater, we are going to go ahead and start working on kind of like a mixture of universities and military ships. Our Sientum has grown, which is nice because we have 14 happiness, which is well in excess of what we need, which is great news. We do see a barbarian horseman, though, heading to the south from Utique. We need to prepare ourselves for this. And maybe even send out a pikeman to see if there's any encampment nearby. For the time being, we are okay. Our Quinquereme, of course, is in good condition. We can go ahead and send it back to the distance between Rome and ourselves over here in Sicily, which is actually not an island, which is a bit strange. And we are going to heal our units back in Carthage once we get the opportunity to. Again, we are sending out a swordsman to take care of this encampment over here. And in fact, it might make more sense, actually, if we... No, you know what? They'll be okay. Not too concerned about that. Production, right. So Hippurgius, pretty big city, population of 8. We need it to work on a university, as this will give us more science. And as soon as Carthage hits 16, we will do the same. That's really kind of a shit deal. Let's go ahead and see if we can get 8. No, maybe 7. Alright. Better than nothing. Of course, we have excess luxury resources, so it doesn't really hurt to trade them away, even if for money. Obviously, the ideal would be taking, you know, another luxury resource, but you don't always get the ideal. And we have vanquished that unit, which was good. We're finally done again with this other assault resource over here. And now Assault Team is basically without anything for this worker to do. We could connect a road really fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It only costs 5 gold per turn. I think it's worth it. And this unit's going to go ahead and heal up once again. We're going to send this unit over here on to the peninsula. And you are going to defend our trade from any barbarians. Perfect. So now that that is taken care of, we need to go ahead and work on, remember, amphitheaters and universities. University, of course, in our capital. We really do need to work on that type of stuff for a tourism victory, if we are serious about the goal of achieving such a feat, which is actually the first time I think I might have actually won a cultural victory. I don't think I've ever done it before. No way. I'm not going to declare war in France. Nothing to be gained out of that. And really nothing to be lost either. They don't have a province over here in the south of France, which is a bit weird. Marseille has never been created. And look at this. Outside of Utique, there is yet another barbarian horseman. Where are they coming from? Is my honest-to-God question. I have no idea. We actually have another one over here as well. Which is a bit strange. But we have the defense needed to take them out. In Utique, another relatively, actually a small city compared to Hippurgius, we want to work on an amphitheater, as this is a better call. And in fact, let's see. See, the Quinquereme only gives us more strength. I was going to say, we need to start spamming African forest elephants because they strike fear into nearby enemy units, which is fantastic. Yeah, I can't believe we haven't made those already, actually. We need to work on these African forest elephants before we are no longer able to make them. I'm surprised it's taking me this long to realize how good of a unit that is. It's really, really good. This Quinquereme, again, is just going to be patrolling the trade nodes. So far, so good. And we are going to, again, take out this encampment over there. Let's go into the turn. Very slowly working on the things we need here. But better slow than never, I suppose. And it seems like the horseman outside of Utique is still willing to fight for some reason. So we're going to vanquish him really fast and, of course, send the pikemen back to Saltium. We got some rebels off the coast of Iberia. Nothing really new there. And we're going to vanquish this encampment as soon as we can. All the workers are working on things good. And we're going to take out this encampment over here and take the worker as well. Because we don't want to have good relations with Rome. We're going to be at war with them pretty soon anyways, so might as well get the most benefit out of their working units. And I really do need to also... ooh, okay, so Rome has entered into the Renaissance era. That's a bit scary. A bit faster than everybody else. But what I really need to do is I need to colonize Sardinia, which is where our historical colony of, I believe, Abossum is. We also have 2 crab units over here as well, and we don't have any access to crabs, so that might be well worth it. I'm not really quite sure when we should get around to doing this. Maybe during the war with Rome. So not too long from now. More than hopefully. And we will take out this over here. It belongs to Poland. We are totally going to take the unit. We don't mind either way. And of course, sending back our units to defend the cities they are respectively assigned to. We're going to vanquish this encampment down here as well, or at least try to. And we've got a new spy, which means we're going to send it to Rome, because Rome is the one that has the technology advantage to us. So, of course, we're going to send him to Rome proper as a spy. And I'm hoping that because we have an embassy with all civilizations, we are where the World Congress is held once it is formed. But I'm really not quite sure when that will be formed. And we're moving our Quenquerim back through the kind of treacherous African and Iberian coastline where there are lots and lots of barbarian brutes. In fact, it's a bit tempting to take out that barbarian over there, as I believe it's a Portuguese settler. And we will be sending back our trade ship to Rome. It's the time being while we're still at peace. Promoting our units, just like so. And of course, taking back our worker to Carthage proper. Fantastic. So this unit is also going back to Carthage, slowly but surely. And again, we're keeping an eye out for trade disruptions. We've got a new policy that we can adapt. We are going to take... we need both to do any of these. And I really like... Well, actually, these aren't so great. The better one would be down here in protectionism from Commerce Tree. As he's only giving me happiness and... for production... No, these aren't really that great. We're going to go down commerce instead. It's going to boost our gold a lot more. Yes, it should. And then that way, in the future, we can take... mercenary army is really good. Of course, that fits our kind of like theme or flavor of our civilization, as we relied on a lot of mercenaries in the Punic Wars. And mercantilism is very good, as is protectionism. Actually, protectionism is insanely good. So let's go ahead and continue right where we left off. This gives us plus 25% more gold output in the capital. And it will also unlock the building of Big Ben. So not too bad. Really not bad at all. We're going to immediately continue off where we left off from. And peace is reigning supreme here in the European continent. And you know what, Spain? Fuck you. Stop talking shit about me. It's getting ridiculous. And let's go ahead and heal up in Braga, as we can see kind of the extent to which the barbarians are destroying Poland. They serve as a good magnet for us, as we don't really have to worry about the barbarian problem with them there, keeping them occupied for us. Of course, we're going to heal up the swordsman. And we're going to do over here, outside of Carthage. I believe the next time we get a great person, which will be very soon, we get a great merchant again. We'll go ahead and settle that over here, right next to the mountain. So that leaves another tile for a great person. What should we make over here in this road? Maybe another lumber mill, or maybe a mine. Mine will give us production, of course, but a lumber mill might be a safer bet. Let's go with the lumber mill for the time being. You can always change it later. And in our turn. Fantastic. We have the kind of bare bones.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement
no.
with England?
God, you got a shit to offer, or what, England? 6 GPT? Hell no. We're going to trade with somebody else. There we go. Germany's got the better trades. It's like 9 per turn. Oh, come on, you're rich, Germany. No? Alright, what about like... What about like that? Perfect. Thank you, Germany. So we're making a little bit more money now, which is good. More than 100 per turn, which is actually really, really good. And we almost got a library in Saguntum. Fantastic. We should probably go ahead and buy some African elephants before we can't get those promotions anymore. They're really, really good. But I also want to buy other things too. The choices. Let's go ahead and build a Colosseum over here. And continue to work on our roads. Fantastic. And you are going to find other encampments if you can. Whilst my workers head back And over here, I was trying to scout out a little bit more of the Austrian lands, but it's a bit difficult for me to do that. Nope. Sorry, Sweden. And I really wish I could become friends with Sweden. They offered me a friendship, I believe in the previous episode. He's waiting for a sneak attack on who? Against another civilization, okay. And look at this, Braga is getting destroyed. Wow, we could get 2 workers if we kind of liberated this camp over here. It's a bit tempting, in fact, to do that. I might come to their aid, if not for benevolence, but just for my own personal gain. In Braga, we can go ahead and work on, let's see, what would be best for Braga. Probably a monument, or salt team, I should say, not Braga. And our Quenquerim is done. Fantastic. We're going to go now discover kind of more of Africa, if there is anything left to discover. And how is our spy doing in Rome? He's gathering intelligence. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Can't really discover too much over here in Central Europe. So we're going to wait. We will take open borders from Germany. You never know when you might need that. Especially if we launch an attack on Rome. No, we're not going to become friends with the Huns. Everybody's going to hate us. And Boudica has declared war on France. Interesting development. Right, so our declaration of friendship with Germany has expired. Let's go ahead and resume friendship, or at least try to become friends with William.
Wederom gegroet. Gaat uw gang. Ik hoor.
I have no idea how to offer friendship. Seems a bit counterintuitive that we can't just discuss friendship. Alright, whatever. But we do need to trade, so let's go and take a look at the world luxury situation over here. Egypt. We need to make sure we have duplicates.
Hello again.
Hello, England. I don't see anything so far that we have duplicates for any civilization. I believe it's because we've already traded all of our last resources. Ottomans. Nope. Yeah, I don't think we have any luxury resources to give anybody. That's okay. Let's go ahead and work on building. Some African forest elephants or a writers guild. We need some guilds too, as this will give us more output for tourism victory. It's difficult. Let's go ahead and make some galleasses for war. And over here, let's go ahead and also work on caravels are really good. We need those, but we also need chivalry. As this will give us a printing press. You know, we'll go down chivalry, that's fine. And again, moving our unit down here. And over here, we're just going to keep our unit kind of busy in the Aegean Sea. Over here, or maybe the Adriatic, I might have misspoken. Let's go ahead and work on creating a farm over here. And continuing our road between Saguntium and Hipparchus. And I believe that's all we need this turn. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Of course, our worker that we've liberated is back. And we are not... Yes, we will work together with Germany. Sorry, Boudica, if you're jealous. And the Netherlands. Okay, everybody's friendly with me. Everybody likes me now. That's cool. It's nice to feel liked. Really. City connection broken where? Saguntum. Okay, this tends to happen, but it's okay. We are going to destroy them with a combined force of barrages here. And where is our closest Quenquerim? A bit far away, actually. Let's go and take him back and recall him. And actually, the Portuguese were able to recover their settler pretty fast, actually. Let's go and see where they plan on settling. We kind of watch them. Not even stealthily, we don't really care anymore. And we're going to send back this Quenquerim to dispatch this unit down here, if we get there in time. Of course, over here, nothing really interesting for barbarians. We got one barbarian encampment outside of Barcelona, but nothing too big. Let's go and end the turn. Oh, right, the swordsman over here. And the worker over here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with these workers. Let's go and continue the road. And the swordsman here was going to protect the worker. Now that we have a lot of money, I think I might just start buying African and war elephants because, again, those promotions are really, really good. They scare nearby units. Not really sure what mechanic that is in Civilization, but it sounds pretty good. And it appears that the Portuguese are actually sending their colonists to the southwest, which is kind of cool for me. And here we go. We're about to destroy that. That was easily dispatched. And we've got Sir James Lancaster, who is going to be... over here. Fantastic. It's going to increase our gold output again by quite a bit. We got 57 gold output from the capital. It's a lot, really. And over here outside of Gades, let's go ahead and work on some more African war elephants. Why not? Again, we are pumping ourselves up for war with Rome. It's going to happen pretty soon. We're going to send this quinquereme over here to the east to protect our sea, trade in this area. And in our turn, once again, we of course now have another trade route available open for us. We are going to take open borders with Rome just for the time being. And we are also going to hire another trading ship, this time probably to trade with Greece, as they are pretty far away. Let's go ahead and see. So this swordsman, who do we want, or where do we want him to defend? Maybe, we'll keep him in Carthage for the time being. Of course, we have a African forest elephant in Utique, which is good news. Let's go ahead and make another quinquereme. Or no, we don't want to do that. Let's instead make another African forest elephant. We will go ahead and build a trading ship in Hippiorgius with money. Send our composite bowman back to Saguntium, and continue to work on the road between Gades and Saltium. So that's good. What else are we working on over here? So we're also working on war elephants. Fantastic. They're really, really good. Let's see what they do exactly. Combat very likely to create great generals, and enemy units receive negative 10% combat strength when adjacent to any unit with this promotion. That's really good. We are going to keep our eye on that and start amassing elephants outside of Carthage. Of course, it is a bit of an outdated unit, but, you know, we can always promote it. And it looks like Portugal really wants to make a city kind of over here where Marrakesh would be, or Fez. Nope, sorry, Ottomans. No interest in this arrangement. Of course, the Ottomans would be at war with Austria. That is hilarious. Totally accurate, though. And Coimbra has been made between Porto, which is the capital, and nowhere near modern-day Porto, but still kind of overlooking this trade between the Pillars of the Hercules, which is the Rock of Gibraltar. So the Portuguese have a pretty strong position, actually, over to our west. But we're not really going to be enemies of the Portuguese. They're pretty much our friends. We don't really mind them. In fact, it might be wise for us to trade with Portugal just because we're not going to be attacking them anytime soon. So let's go ahead and see. Establish trade. We could gain some money by trading with them. We could gain more money by trading with Rome again. Okay. I don't really want to trade with Rome, but it gives us science and money. Let's go for it. Eventually, we will have to cut Rome off. We will have to quit Rome eventually. And Saltium is without defense. We need to rectify the situation immediately. In fact, Carthage is safe, so let's go ahead and move the swordsman down to Utique. Hippiorgius, let's go ahead and make an amphitheater, as we need that in every one of our cities. I'm going to move him back, just like so. And I believe we can go ahead and end our turn. Again, our army is getting quite a bit bigger. I'm pretty pumped up for the war that's about to happen. We are training a lot of naval units and military units. Sorry, Boudica, you're a bit crazy for me, to be quite honest with you. Biblos seeks a great profit. Well, we're not going to get one of those anytime soon, unfortunately. And look at this. They are sabotaging our salt mines in Saltium. And there's 2 of them now? What the fuck? Where do they come from? That's crazy. This is really bad news. Goes without saying that it's like super, super bad news. But we're going to get some reinforcements here in a minute. It's been a while since barbarians attacked us, so I suppose this is our their revenge. We've got another Muslim great prophet heading from the east, which is good. We do need religion. While we bombard this encampment over here. And we can choose a production of Saguntum. Let's go ahead and make it, I don't know, maybe a... We need coliseums, I suppose. Or no, we need amphitheaters. We need to work on the cultural output of every city. Of course, silver will almost be accumulated over here outside Saguntum, as will silver, which is really fantastic. This swordsman, again, is going to defend Utique. And do we have a road that connects these cities over here? We do. Fantastic. Now, really, we just need to recapture the salt provinces of Saltium. That would be ideal. I'm going to go ahead and enter turn once again. We're making quite a bit of money. Sorry, Germany, you keep asking us to join war, and we keep refusing you. We don't mean it. Yeah, we don't mean you to take it personally, but we just don't really want to do that. Sorry, no. The rest of the world is going to take it out of Attila. We don't really care about him. Oh, shit. So, we just lost Salt to William because of what's going on over here. Outside of Saltium. We really need to go ahead and go back and take back the salt resources. And this Gallius is brand new and ready to go into war. Let's go ahead and send him over here to take out this encampment, even if we don't get credit for it. As for our next production, I think a national college would be good in Carthage. Well, we still have a library in every city. That'll definitely increase our scientific output to a more reasonable level. Nope, sorry. We don't need your open borders anymore. And it's time for us to rebuild Saltium as best we can. So let's go and see what we can do over here between a barbarian unit and a barbarian encampment. And over here in Saltium. There we go. That was pretty easy. We want to go ahead and immediately repair these resources as fast as we can. And we are still working on taking out this encampment, which is good. We were almost taking it out. Found another one. And this worker over here is going to work on... perhaps Carthage itself, Carthage proper. Of course, we got another cargo ship that's going back to Rome, which is, of course, the most profitable city at the moment. We're finding barbarian encampments dotted along the North African coasts. Bit interesting. And our culture is starting to pick up quite a bit too, now that we are making cultural buildings in every single one of our cities. Of course, we're going to build this guy up. And we'll make a trading post over here. Going to continue the road down over here. And repair all of those tiles. Which will actually take a little while, unfortunately. Take this encampment, gives us 37 gold, fantastic. Cleared 2 encampments in 1 turn, that's really, really good. And we'll go ahead and buy another African forest elephant. Why not, right? We have enough money to. And our Quakerim is still outside of the barbarian spearman encampment. We will use our Gallius next turn to start leveling up a little bit. And after these African forest elephants are made, we have 4 of them. We can go ahead and start making more Galliuses. Makes more sense, I believe. We still have yet to get into the Renaissance era, which is a bit sad. So let's go ahead and work on... Astronomy is good. So is banking. Let's go ahead and see what each one of these gives us. We need printing press, so we need to work on machinery. And this African forest elephant can defend Gades, that's fine. Fantastic. Still haven't seen anybody outside over here, but in Anatolia, in interesting news, we have a Polish scout. Never really thought we would see that. That's a bit cool. And I'm afraid it's ending the, it's becoming the end of this current episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun. The next episode, we will be declaring war on Rome. I know I've been continuing to say it, but look at this. We have a lot more units ready into combat. In fact, in 5 turns, we got 2 more African forest elephants, and I will be buying naval units while we actually work on making them ourselves. Of course, this African forest elephant can go ahead and help out down here. And we can actually promote them to a knight. I'm not even sure if we can make them anymore. Shit. That's not good. So our production over here was basically wasted. That's terrible. Holy shit, I didn't realize that would happen. That's really, really bad. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. You can't go back in time over here. So let's go ahead and work on... What's not going to go out of date? All of these are pretty much going to go out of date. Let's go ahead and make more galleasses, as those are going to... they're going to be obsolete a little bit less time than the swordsmen, which are going to be upgraded into gunpowder units. And of course, the composite bowmen will be upgraded into crossbowmen, so you need to be ready for that as well. So again, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. It'll be out really, really soon. And I will see you guys on the next episode.